Okay, what's up guys? Today we're going to be looking at how we're going to be painting this model here. So you can see I think it's a pretty nice paint job overall. Nurgle Chaos Cultist, that was kind of going for here. Here we're going to be starting off with a black prime. So this is a standard paint on Vallejo primer. Kind of my preferred method is just to paint this on very quick and easy with a big brush. So here we're going to get some green. We're going to be doing a little bit of a slap chop method here, but instead of white and grays, we're going to be using our base colors here. So we're going to go for a darker green over the entirety of the model. Just really kind of covering every surface. To this, we're going to be using a makeup brush to do this, and getting some paint on the makeup brush, taking the majority of the paint off as a standard dry brush method, and getting all over this disgusting creature here. So you can see it's leaving the black into the recesses, giving some contrast. This is probably my preferred method of painting models like this. You can do this with a zenithal highlight through an airbrush as well too, with grays and whites like I spoke about earlier, but I was just trying something different with the base color. You can see this is the standard base color. I believe this is Army Green from the Army Painters Fanatic line. You'll see in a second here. I try to do a decent job of showing you the paints I use before I use them, just in case. Yep, that's Army Green right there. Now we're going to take Necrotic Flesh. Beautiful name. Necrotic Flesh, just to highlight over that. And we're going to do the same thing, a little bit sparingly as far as putting paint on the model, just over the raised surfaces like you would do a normal highlight dry brush. This isn't going to be a masterclass in dry brushing, but basically you just want a little bit over the raised edges to deposit some of the pigment of paint, just to give it a little bit of a lightened section over your dark and green color. And then of course you're going to have the darkest recesses being black, basically. And that's what this looks like. Obviously it's already kind of shown a lot of contrast. I think this is going well. These two colors work very, very nice together, I think. So this is going to be the base of our model, and we're going to pick different details to work on after this. So we're going to take this kind of brownish red, just dilute it down with some speed paint medium. Usually do a 1-to-1 ratio with the speed paint medium and regular paint. So we're just going to get his claws, give him a little different accent color here. We're basically going to do his claws, his horn things, and whatever else is growing out of this guy's body, protrudements. Got to get there's a little horn on top of his head here. This is the same color, with that same color. Just getting all the different little details here. Just a nice thin coat. Once this is done, we'll have, we're going to go on to the fur brown as a highlight color. And I'm going to show you what it looks like with that base coat on in just a second here. So this Fanatic lineup for the Army Painter I'm really liking. It's a new addition for me. Going on really well, a lot of the colors, trying out different colors. So these kind of models I'm looking at, just to try out as many different colors as possible. Keep my creative juices flowing. Okay, so this is fur brown going over the top of that previous color. I can't remember which one it was. Just just as a little bit of a highlight. You know, and I'm just kind of giving it a quick dry brush. This is a very speedy method, you know, didn't spend too long on this model, and you can produce some really high quality results fast and easy, like I like to say. So that is the horns done, basically, on this guy. Now I believe, oh no, I'm just showing him off here. Yeah, that's okay, looking good. Nice, nice. Here we're going to be putting on some kind of off-white on his little tabard here. Yeah, basic color, no, nothing special. Now we're going in for some skin. This is going to be a big part of this model. It's really going to make the model pop, in my opinion, the skin color. Really liking this one. As I hit the camera, the brand new camera. So we're gonna put some skin here. I put a little bit too much. I'm a little generous with the paint to start with, but don't worry, I smooth it out. I make everything look nice in the end, so that's all that matters. You can see it goes on really nice here, that skin color. And then I'm just gonna cover the entirety of where the skin is kind of stretched over the demon guy coming out of him. So that's what we're going for in this one. There's going to be quite a bit of skin color, as you can see. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. And there you go. Now I would say a lot of the base coating is kind of done at this point. I also used a kind of bronzish, I didn't show you that, but I used a kind of bronze color for his shoulder pads and his chains and the little medallions he's got going on there, the Chaos medallions. So that's a little step though. So now he's kind of due for some contrast. So I'm going to give him a nice big helping of some washes in this step. We use a different number of different washes for this model here. We have red tone, military shatter, strong tone, and I think Reichland flesh shade. But you can see I've kind of already applied these to the model, and I'm just kind of showing you off the result of it. I know I shouldn't be touching it, I know. So really kind of gave it the contrast, but you'll notice it darkened the whole model down significantly, right? And so, you know, I guess one could call this done at this point. You know, it's got some base coating, it's got the shading done, but you really want to do some highlights, and that's what I did in this step. I took some barbarian flesh, which is slightly lighter, well, quite considerably lighter than the step I used before. I'm going to take some barbarian flesh and just highlight all over the model, all over the skin tone, just to give it a little bit of even more contrast, right? So I'm trying to emulate a kind of shadow or a highlighted effect from the top from a light source. And that's what I'm doing here, just kind of sparingly applying it in selected areas of the bottle, showing some highlights. Right, so on the tops, the chest, shoulders, anywhere that's kind of exposed to the light. I'm just going to show a little bit of a highlighted area. And I thought that was a little bit too much contrast, so I think I brought it down with a wash in between there. But we're going to go for some bright green here. And we're going to pick out, I think this model needs a little bit of attraction to the demon face in it, so we're going to bring some light there, or some color there really. It's been a long day. And so we're going to paint up this demon face a little bit. draw some attention down there. Like I said earlier, my kind of thought process for this model is that this is a Nurgle cultist. These are the accursed cultist, I believe, for the Chaos Space Marines. And I'm going to be painting them up in each Chaos God. This is Nurgle, obviously. Then I'm going to be doing Khorne, Tzeentch, and Slaanesh in their own respective themes. Let me know if you guys want to see those ones. This is going to be a Nurgle. This is the first one I'm doing here, just to kind of test out some of these paints, trying some different color palettes, kind of really seeing if I like these paints, or just trying to build my own repertoire of skills, I guess you would say, for miniature painting. I'm going to come back. This is where I come back in with the Reikland Fleshblade, just to blend in, and I'm going to water it, or thin it down, I should say, with speed paint medium, because I think those highlights on that skin color were a little bit too much. I'm just going to use this to blend them together a little bit. As you can see, I really like the product after this. I will also mention that oozing vomit that you saw earlier. I put around the mouth of the demon. It actually has a little bit of texture in it, so it's an effects paint, right? So it has a granular texture in it that will kind of show exactly what it is. It'll show the texture, right? So it'll show the texture. You can paint over it. It kind of looks like an oozing vomit, I guess, right? So. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of the shading process, how that goes down, because I didn't show it earlier when I did the whole model. I've already kind of shaded it a few times, but I wanted to blend, like I said, the highlights in with the base coat, and this is it after. I think it looks much better. Now I'm going to give a little bit of shading into the demon head. I also did put some demonic yellow for the eyes. I think I did that on a side step off camera. But just little dots in the eyes. Oh no, sorry, this is the part where I'm highlighting again, because it got kind of washed out. I'm giving a little bit more of some bright color into the tongue specifically, drawing some attention down there. Okay, now we're 98% of the way there, I promise. So we're going to bring in the good old green wash again. And now we're going to go over the demon head, and we're going to bring out the details of that area a little bit more. Perfect. You can see this model's really starting to come together nicely. Things never really look good until they're almost done. Well, in my case anyway. Some people I'm sure do. Just making sure there's enough detail around the eyes, just so you can see them. They stand out nice and clearly. Perfect. Just gonna give a good look at the model here. Nice little close-up. And I will show you the painted base as well too. This wasn't really a basing tutorial. I wanted to show you how I painted the actual miniature itself. But at the end here you can kind of see the base. And so the idea is that I made a trail of kind of ooze that came out past his mouth and he's dripping on the ground, leaving a trail. And I put some gloss varnish on it to make it look wet constantly, so it's nice and shiny while everything else is more matte. And yeah guys, this is the finished model basically. So again, like, subscribe if you like this. It helps the channel out a lot, and let me know if you want to see the other 3 Chaos Gods. Yeah, thanks guys, take care.